As of February 16th, every single 2016 level has been defeated. In this video, I'm going to show off the last 2016 level that I beat, which took me just under 7 hours, and I'm also going to showcase the last level that fell, which used a mechanic that literally no one on the team had ever seen before. This level was one of the last 50 or so remaining levels from 2016, and it was a classic old school shell level, right down to forcing controlled shell jumps. For those that didn't play in this era, which I'm assuming is most people watching this video, people used to let go of both the jump and run button at the same time to shell jump, which is consistent enough in this game, but it doesn't get you maximum height. Players would just design their levels how they played, so playing quote-unquote too well and full jumping would not make this level line up. All that is to say, I just had to make some adjustments in this level. There are some absolutely classic setups though, like this section where you bounce on the big beetle, shell jump, and kick the big beetle on the way down for a later bounce. You used to see this in levels all the time. The level got really interesting once I made it to the subworld, because this is when I started to use Yoshi and the cape, a deadly combo for cheese. Since Yoshi can stand on spikes, I was able to take my time at this section, which is good because the cape Yoshi Shellevator was actually pretty tough. I had to hit 5 awkward shell jumps in a row and then ditch Yoshi to just barely make it over the off-screen spikes. Then I float down, do another shell jump, and instead of trying to catch this red shell and land on it on this conveyor, I just land on the conveyor instead and jump. Much easier. Then I was forced to take damage and lose my cape, and perform some more standard shell jumps similar to the first section. When I made it to the last section, instead of up-throwing a shell into a sideways spring and juggling all of these items like it was intended, I just did a shell jump and put on this shelmet. Then I ran on the spikes, jumping right before my invincibility ran out, and did a midair. I actually hit this midair really early on into the grind, but sadly I didn't quite have the distance, so I died to the last possible spike. I was really happy to get this clear, especially since it was one of the last 2016 levels remaining. But this next level completely blew my mind. Not in terms of difficulty, because the level's not that insane, but because no one had ever come across the required tech before. This level was cleared by Marilli, and not even they know why this works. By jumping into this brick and shooting a fireball at the exact same time, for some reason you can get a spin jump for exactly 1 frame. This is the only way to beat this level since there are Kaizo blocks everywhere except for where these brick blocks are, and the timer is fairly tight, so you can't slow down and do anything else. Obviously, someone figured this trick out all the way back in 2016, but the fact that the community at large is still learning these things about Mario Maker 8 years after its release is just one of the many reasons that I love this game. Huge GG to Marilli for defeating 2016. We now have just under 1,000 levels remaining, and I have been clearing a lot of really hard levels lately. I'll be posting them soon, so be sure you're subscribed if you want to see more 0% clears.